If we were to do segmentation work in the spine in cat and cow, where maybe I walked my fingers up and you feel each individual vertebra move, it's that same thing where I can see in this one, okay, I want her to figure out how to distribute that. She needs to know first, it's all right here. I need you to pull it apart. So I'm not really doing anything besides giving her that tactile feedback of, can you make more space here? It's up to her body to answer me, and she may be like, I have no idea, Carling. I can't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. That's okay, because most of this stuff is not gonna happen in one rep. Why? Because nothing usually happens in one rep, right? Your body needs time to adapt and to learn, just like it did to learn these poses in the first place. But I'm gonna be here as feedback that's like, okay, we have an apex right here. What would it feel like to go this way? And I might have that conversation. More weight in your feet, more weight in your hands, more weight in your feet. Now, on top of that, I'm gonna give her one more task. You got energy for it? I'm gonna ask her to try to figure out how to do those things simultaneously. Now you can do this stuff with props and multiple adjusters and do it for them. I don't love that because I don't want to do it for her. I want her to work hard and do it for herself. In this, the image would be if people had two straps and I was going to pull one this way and another strap I was going to pull one this way, but I'm not going to do that. So I want her to first, she's strong enough she can hold this wheel. She thinks she's tight. She told me she thinks she has really tight shoulders and really tight hips. And I said, good news, I don't think you do. And bad news, I know, and bad news is that sometimes they're tight because they're weak or weak for the range you're asking of them. So here I want you to think about, we need to build strength. So this is a big isometric, this is hard work and this is advanced. Imagine you could tear the mat apart with your feet. So take your feet forward and your arms back as if you're gonna go this way. Spread yourself apart, tear yourself in half. And you're gonna fight yourself. Shins have to go forward, armpits go back. Okay, that's one. Are you okay? Try the other one. Drag your heels to your fingers. Pull yourself in half. Fold yourself as tight as you can. Now do the other.
Oh my God.
Take a break. Okay. I know. Take a break, okay? The action, though, is that she's in a shape that she needs to build stability, and she has range, right? Now we need to put strength into it. So my adjustment is at the top of that adjustments spectrum of I'm using verbal cues, I'm using some tactile activation stuff, and when we want to put resiliency into the joints and stability, we're going to use isometrics, right? So did it look like she was doing that much? Did it feel like you were doing a lot? Yeah, right? As an adjuster, as a teacher, it's tempting to want to make it look and feel big. You're like, I can't tell that it's working. Let me put a strap here and tug you here and lift that. And it's like, yeah, okay, that can be big. It's also passive. It doesn't matter if it's big to me or big to you. What matters is it's big work for her. And isometrics like that is like doing, it's when we were doing from the floor earlier today and I said you're super glued to the floor but you're trying to push into plank, you're trying to push into chaturanga but you can't. That is the isometric. It's all that work for very little satisfaction because you're working so hard to look like nothing is happening. For someone who has a lot of range and body awareness, sometimes with adjustments, they can feel like a lot of these we talked about are for people who can't get to something or needing more range. But for people who have that, but they don't have the strength, the unfortunate news is that adjustments for you are almost always going to be way suckier and way less like, soothing because your body needs more strength than it does space. Some bodies need more space, and then we can backfill with strength again. Other bodies have a lot of space, and we need to start filling that cup with strength. So in this, I don't know for sure, but oftentimes when someone who has a lot of range of motion tells me they feel tight, and then I watch them do a pose, and I'm like, okay, right? It's not that they're tight in the sense that they can't get there, but their body's gonna feel tight over and over and over again because they don't have the stability and strength to be in those ranges to actually meet the capacity we're asking of them. And that means that their body's gonna go, they can go there, but the nervous system is like, I don't think we should do that. It's a warning signal. It's a no thank you, no thank you. In the same way, if you don't have the range of motion, it's a stretch reflex, a warning signal, don't go there. But if you don't have the strength, your body's gonna do the same thing. And we mistake that for tightness, especially in yoga, for I should stretch more. Thank you so much. That was hard work. Okay.